Hey there, welcome to my channel. I am so excited to talk with you today. A couple of days ago, I did a video all about the number one reason or secret to many women that's holding them back from reaching their goals. In that video, which I'm going to tell you now, but you need to go back and watch it, I uncovered that the number one reason most women are not losing weight is because of metabolic damage. Now, this woman not losing weight has probably been a person that's been dieting off and on for many years now, losing and gaining weight. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. In today's video, I'm actually going to be sharing some tips with you that you can start implementing immediately to recover from metabolic damage. So I'm ready to get into this, but before I do so, I want to introduce myself just in case if this is the first time you're seeing me. So my name's Ashley Fillmore. Hello, I'm a sustainable fat loss and weight loss expert. I've been in this industry for over a decade and have helped thousands of women. So I'm ready to get into today's topic, and I hope you are too. Okay, so now that the introduction is over, let's get into today's topic, which I am so excited to talk with you guys about. So in the last video, I chatted so much about what metabolic damage is. So now we know what it is, you know how it's caused. And so if you don't know what it is or how it's caused, please go back and watch the video. The title is "This May Be the Reason You're Not Losing Weight." And I uncover that metabolic damage, also known as metabolic adaptation, is that reason, especially for that woman that has been yo-yo dieting. So if you're just new to my channel and you've not really dieted, or maybe you're trying your first diet now and you're not losing weight, I would not say that it's metabolic damage yet, but this is still good information for you to take in to educate yourself on, because a diet program is not going to educate you on this. It's going to give you what you need to know to lose weight. It doesn't care about the long-term impact whatever you're doing is going to have on your hormonal health, your mental health, as well as your metabolism. So for today's video, this is going to be specifically for that woman that's really struggling to see sustainable weight loss, fat loss, maybe dieting, maybe not dieting anymore. Maybe you realize that the dieting is not good and you are trying to recover. And so in the last video, I mentioned that you need to increase your caloric intake. And so we know now that you need to eat more calories, which is really great to know that, right? And so you have to be very strategic about it. So to increase your caloric intake, generally you are increasing the amount of protein you consume first, healthy fats next, and carbs last. And you're very strategically increasing your calories. Those that just increase their calories immediately up to what they should be eating typically will experience really fast weight gain. And you don't want that to happen. Slow and steady wins the race, just like slow and steady wins the race when it comes to losing weight. So you want to be strategic about this. I'll be honest, most people can't do this alone. And it's not that they may not know how to do it. It's just being able to know when to change things, how to change things. And do you really need to bump up again? Do you need to keep your calories the same? Is there something else going on, like your exercise, your sleep, that we need to tune into? And then what food group do you need to increase? And then having a professional overseeing your food logs is a game changer, because they can look at what you're eating, tell you what you need to eat more of, and help you strive for more balance as you're going through this reverse diet. So a reverse diet is a requirement to get out of the metabolic damage state. You have to increase your calories. And I know I talked a lot about that in the last video. So for today, I don't want to focus too much on that, but I want you to know that you have to. If you are not increasing your calories, the work that I'm going to tell you to do today will not truly benefit you, or you will not see changes to the same degree. Okay, so make make sure you're pairing increasing your calories with what we're going to talk about today. Those two together is what really creates the magic, reverses the metabolic adaptation. Now, if you're listening and you're like, this is great information, but I don't know if I can do all of this on my own, I am with you. And I want you to know I have programs that help women recover from metabolic damage, heal their hormones, heal their metabolism, and reach their goals in a sustainable way. But I want to give you something today that's just going to help you get started. So you know already that you need to increase your calories by doing a reverse diet. Generally, you start between 50 to 100 calories, and you're increasing your protein first, your fats second, and then your carbohydrates third. So to do that, you're going to have to log your food. You're going to have to start logging your food into a food tracking app like MyFitnessPal. Now, the only reason we're using MyFitnessPal is for the food library, not for the calorie counting dieting system that I am totally against, but it does have an amazing food library. So you want to use MyFitnessPal for that. And take a look at where your calories are falling. Are they within a healthy range? Are you eating to maintenance? Are you eating and still a fat loss deficit? And if you would like to know more about your specific numbers, I actually created my own weight loss calculator that will tell you what a healthy caloric deficit will be. Throughout that information, you'll get directly to your inbox. You're going to learn a lot more about maintenance calories, BMR, and all of those wonderful things. But as I mentioned, generally with metabolic damage, most women aren't even eating at their BMR. I talked about that as well in the last video, but you need to see what you're taking in. And so logging your food through MyFitnessPal, weighing your food out on a food scale is going to, one, allow you to assess what you are eating. We need to know this information. So after that, you can start to make tweaks and say, okay, my protein's off, my fats are off, my carbs are off. And generally speaking, I'm not a big fan of the macro tracking systems you can find through Google or, different, weight loss books. Generally, those are the types of calculations where they're going to put you in a really big deficit to give you weight loss, not improve your metabolic health, not help you reach your goals in a sustainable way. Unfortunately, you do have to work with someone one-to-one or in a group coaching setting, or purchase some formulated macro tracking system that is actually going to be giving you your averages in a healthy way. For example, I created the Macro Blueprint, which is something I've been using for years. It's my unique algorithm that I have utilized for over a decade with my clients. This not only calculates their BMR, their maintenance calories, it also calculates based off of their goals, their exercise, their hormonal health, their metabolic health, how many grams of protein, fats, and carbs they need. Now, this is a system that's paid and something that, my clients purchase through the different programs that I have, group coaching, one-on-one, and stuff like that. It's not a free service I offer, but you do need to understand what your macros are and ideally try to eat more protein, more healthy fats, and overall less carbs percentage-wise, unless you are an endurance athlete and you truly need to fuel your body with more carbs. Now, obviously, a custom plan would really allow you to know where your numbers need to be specifically. So this is very general since I don't know you personally and know what your body needs. So use this information to the best of your ability. And again, if you need help with a custom plan, you truly want to know your specific targets for protein, fats, and carbs, and all the things I'm talking about, reach out to me. We can chat about my programs and if they are something that would work well for you. So after you see that your calories are going up, you're eating more protein, this is going to help you build muscle mass. You are, fueling your body with healthy fats, which is going to help with hormonal health. And you're eating enough carbs to provide your body with energy, hormone production, and also just mental clarity. So after you do that, we can move on to some of the other things. And that's why I like to pair reverse dieting with these other things I'm going to tell you about. So number one is I would love to see you getting in more steps. Ask yourself, how many steps are you getting in a day? You don't need to be excessive. You don't need to walk 30, 40, 1,000 steps a day, but definitely shoot for at least 10K a day. So the average American only gets a couple thousand. So if you're getting close to 10K, you're doing great. But as you're going through the reverse diet, I would like to see you closer to 10K. We do not recognize that our daily steps is going to impact our metabolic rate. So how many calories we are burning. Now, remember, metabolic damage happens when your metabolism is not functioning at its best. It's more in starvation fat storage mode versus fat burning mode. So we need things to switch gears. Walking more, just getting in more leisure, low intensity activity is great. You could walk, you could do gardening, you can mow your lawn, you can rake leaves, you can clean your house, vacuum, mopping, sweeping, going up and down stairs. All of these things count. Taking the stairs versus the elevator, parking at the back of the parking lot versus the front. Walking maybe some extra aisles in the grocery store if you're already there. All of these little things are going to add up. And before you know it, you will hit 10K steps. This is one, going to help your body utilize the calories you're consuming, because hopefully you're consuming more now. And two, it's going to help rev up your metabolism without sacrificing muscle tissue, because you know that we do not want you to lose any muscle tissue. Again, just a friendly reminder here, your muscle tissue has a direct correlation with your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. The less muscle mass you have, the lower your BMR. The more muscle mass you have, the higher your BMR. Okay, so steps is number one. Number two is drinking enough water. And I know this sounds really silly, but research does show that drinking more water does help increase your metabolism. I know it also helps with mental clarity, digestion, clear skin. We need to drink water. It helps our body remove toxins. So increase your water. Ideally, you would be drinking a gallon a day. But if you're so far from that right now and you're thinking, whoa, a gallon of water a day, start off with half of your body weight in ounces and slowly try to jump up. So I actually have a water bottle I refill. It is a 32-ounce water bottle. It's awesome. And so I try and fill that up 3 to 4 times a day, and I feel great. Now, 4 would put me at a gallon, 3 puts me at about 100 ounces, but that's still winning. So try and drink more water. The next tip I want to give you, which I know I've hit on this a lot, but I want to remind you how important it is consistent weight training. You need to be in the gym lifting weights a minimum of 3 times a week. Some of my clients are actually doing 4 to 5 sessions, but hold on. I want you to know this, their workouts are shorter. So some of my clients that are moms, doctors, entrepreneurs, they may not have time to do 3 45-minute workouts. So what they do is 4 to 5 20-minute workouts. And that is very great as well. Sometimes if you really have severe metabolic damage, having shorter, more frequent workouts is going to be best for you. Now, obviously not focusing in on HIIT, focusing in on traditional strength training, doing the compound movements like squats, deadlifts, push-ups, incline presses, bench presses, lat pull downs, pull-ups, dumbbell rows, those types of movements. That's what's going to help you build muscle mass. And then remember, the more muscle mass you have, the higher your metabolic rate is going to be. The next thing I want to encourage you to do, so this is my next tip, is to make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. If you are not getting enough sleep every night, generally most people need 7 to 8 hours. Some people need a little less, some need a little more. So just know that if you're going to have to know what's best for you, but if you're not sleeping enough, this can definitely impact hormones that's supposed to be released at different times throughout the night. If you are not getting enough rest, it can impair your blood sugar, and this is going to make your insulin levels go up and down. Now, this is not good. Insulin is one hormone we want to try and manage as best as possible because we want insulin on our side and supporting fat loss. If your body is constantly releasing insulin, it's actually going to help your body store more body fat from the calories you're consuming once they are broken down. So sleep is essential. It's one, going to give you the energy you need to get in your steps. It's going to give you the energy you need to think about your foods for the day and plan out healthy meals, to get your workouts in. So you need to feel your best. So sleep is actually at the very top of the list for me and my clients, and then everything else comes under that. And so the last tip I want to give you is planning all of this out. If you want to reverse metabolic damage, you have to become a planner. You need to think about what you're going to consume that day. You need to be up for tracking your food for a little while to ensure that you're eating enough. You need to plan out your workouts and try and sneak in a walk or some intentional steps every day. Drinking your water, getting your sleep. This cannot all happen just on the fly. You have to sit down, put some time aside, and think about your week, your days. How can you back up bedtime? What can you do every day to ensure that you're drinking enough water? Where are you going to get your protein, healthy fats, and carbs from? Are you going to pre-log? What recipes are you going to have? Remember, if you use my free weight loss calculator, you're going to come into my community and I give tons of free information away to help make this a lot easier for you as well. But you have to do all of this by planning. When you're tired, you don't want to think about working out. Maybe you don't work out or get your steps in or drink enough water or in the moment care a lot about what you're eating next. And this is not going to help you move forward. We need forward movement, so planning in advance will help. When you're consistently doing these things, this is when you are in the process of reversing metabolic damage. Generally, within 6 to 12 months, maybe even a little less, depending on the individual, you're going to be in a better place. And then you're going to be able to transition into either a maintenance place if you don't want to lose weight, or you can go into a sustainable fat loss and weight loss phase. So that's all I wanted to share with you, lovely, lovely, lovely people today. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe if this is helpful. I would love for you to get notified when more videos are coming every single week. If you subscribe, you'll get notified through your email, which is exciting. And be sure to connect with me on social media. That's what allows us to check in between YouTube videos. And as always, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. So if you look down in the comments box, you're going to see my weight loss calculator, the link to join my free Facebook group, my Instagram handle. And then as always, you can contact me if you're really ready to get a custom plan designed just for you. And the link to apply for that program, which is the Metabolic Fix 1, will also be down there. So give me a thumbs up if this was helpful, subscribe. And as always, if you have a question, I'm here to help you. Thanks so much for watching.